Hey, welcome back to the channel, and today we are back with another installment of Is It Still Worth It? This is a series of videos that I've done on this channel where I look at a super hyped fragrance and let you guys know, is this one still worth purchasing? Started this series last year, and if you haven't checked out those videos, I will be sure to link them down below. The fragrance we are looking at today is one that has gotten a lot of attention, tons of love. It's gotten all of its flowers. Scent we are talking about is the one from Dolce & Gabbana. This scent has ended up on lists. It's been recommended by some of the top influencers, YouTubers, whatever you want to call it. Is it still worth it though? This particular bottle that I have is the collector's edition bottle. It is essentially the same fragrance as the EDT. This is an EDT formulation. This is an older formulation that I have here with me. So I'm going to put this on skin. I'm going to kind of walk you guys through with what I get and then give you my opinion, because this one is a little bit more complicated. For me, is it worth it? Yes and no. And I'm going to get into it. So let's jump into it. So really quickly, we'll take a look at the atomizer. Again, this is the collector's edition bottle. It's a little bit more difficult to find. I got lucky on this one. But what do I get in the air when I first spray this? Just an amazing fragrance. I absolutely love it. It's warm, it's spicy, it's fruity. It is intoxicating, is the true word to describe this fragrance. Now, grapefruit, coriander, and ginger really are in the forefront when you first spray this on. Then the amber and the cardamom, that combo is unmatched for me. I have yet to smell anything quite like it. There are other fragrances that I've smelled, throughout the years that sometimes I'm reminded a bit of this fragrance, but nothing does it quite like the one. So let's get this on skin and see how it changes. Yeah, just a lot of that sweetness initially in this fragrance is right up front. So yes, it is a sweet fragrance to some degree, but not by today's standards. And what I mean by that is by today's standards, you get more of a bubblegum sweetness, where this smells a little bit more natural. It's coming from some of the fruits in here. There is a grapefruit note, but in addition to that grapefruit, I'm also getting sort of a citrus, mandarin, orange. There is an orange blossom note as well. So that is more prominent to me than the grapefruit, but that combination of fruits just works so well with the amber, the warm and spicy. Now, where this kind of goes for me, it becomes a little bit more dry, and that tobacco comes in, adding a little bit more sweetness. The cedar in here, it's a dry wood, so I'm getting a lot of that throughout the mid. It's just a really amazing fragrance overall. This is normally hailed as a go-to date night fragrance. And again, I would say by today's standards, that may have changed a bit. Take that into consideration if you're considering this fragrance. If you're a younger guy in your 20s, you might be more used to fragrances like The Most Wanted, which is a more bubblegum sweetness, projects a little more. It's a little more, head turning, where the one is more subtle. It's more buttoned up and sophisticated. My opinion on that is that if you're going on a first date, you should not be wearing a fragrance that projects like a monster and is gonna grab a ton of attention. No matter what the hottest girl on YouTube is telling you, you don't want to smell like the cologne guy on your first date. That's just my personal opinion. You want to be a little bit more subtle. What might work for you or someone else that you've gone out with might not work for the girl that you're going out with at that moment. So just kind of, you got to feel it out a little bit. You got to see what she likes. And to do that, you got to be a little bit more subtle, a little bit more intentional with your fragrance choice. So I've already told you I love the fragrance, but I did say at the beginning of the video, it's a yes and no for me on whether or not this is worth it right now in 2024. And I would say that yes, it is worth it, but this formulation, this particular formulation, the EDT, is not worth it. In my opinion, you want to get the Eau de Parfum. Now, this particular formulation, the EDT Collector's Edition, is closer to the Eau de Parfum than the actual EDT. Why that is, I'm not sure. This lasts longer. I've tested the EDT next to this. This was a far better performer for me personally. And they smelled extremely similar. Extremely similar. I mean, almost indecipherable. So I don't think the scent itself is different, but I would say that performance wise, this lasted a lot longer on my skin. That's the EDT Collector's Edition. Now, this is hard to find. So I'm not expecting you to go out and grab this. What I would grab is the Eau de Parfum concentration. Now, there are other flankers. There's Middle Eastern exclusives. There's the Intense version, which is to me is a completely different fragrance than this and the Eau de Parfum. The two fragrances that we're talking about when we talk about the original formulation is the EDT and the Eau de Parfum. Those are the two original formulations. Just the Eau de Parfum is a little bit more refined to me. It's lasts longer, and you're getting your money's worth with that scent. The EDT, I would say probably not worth it anymore. As long as the Eau de Parfum is available, the EDT, I would just skip, go for the Eau de Parfum. This is a year-round fragrance. My wife really likes this one. She says that although it doesn't smell like anything special to her, it smells really nice, appealing, easy to like, and safe. So that was her opinion on it, which is why I think this, again, is a good date night fragrance, because it's going to be a little bit subtle. It's not a big projector, but if someone gets in close, you're going to smell fantastic. You're going to smell like you know what you're doing, and which is why it's a classic at this point. It's a timeless scent profile, in my opinion. There will be trends in the fragrance world as new fragrances come out. There will be trends, things that people latch on to. Surpassing all those trends are tried and true DNAs like this one. And for me, it's one of those. It's going to stand the test of time. You will never smell dated with this scent on. It's too balanced and too safe to smell dated for me personally. And I just think that this one, for me, I still have yet to smell anything quite like it. It puts me in a good mood when I smell it. I don't wear it that often, but when I do wear it, again, it's a standout for me. It sits on my shelf with pride. I absolutely love this one. So in terms of occasions, as I said, date night, it's going to work perfectly, but it's versatile. You can wear this during the day. You can wear this pretty much any time, any season. But for me, it's more of a night out scent, evening out, and that's just kind of where I put it in my collection. But would love to know what you guys think of Dolce & Gabbana's The One. Is this a fragrance that you have thought about buying? Have you seen it pop up on lists? It is a hyped fragrance. For me, it's worth it. Would love to know your opinion and what you think of it. But if you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.